Is that the only tool, just interest rates?
That's the main one, but there's another bigger one, open market operations. This is better known as quantitative easing or quantitative tightening.
This sounds very complex.
The metaphor in the source talk is perfect. Just think of it like a water faucet for money. QE, or quantitative easing, is when the Fed injects money into the economy by buying up assets like bonds. It's opening the faucet wide. More liquidity, more dollars floating around, so...
Which means each dollar is worth less, a weaker dollar.
Precisely. And QT is the reverse. The Fed withdraws money from the system by selling those assets. It's closing the faucet. Less liquidity available usually leads to a stronger dollar.
So between rates and this money faucet, the Fed has almost total control over the dollar's trajectory.
It has immense influence, yes, and it's all in service of that dual mandate, trying to keep inflation near its 2% target, while also keeping people employed.
Historical shockwaves. You can really see this power when you look back at history. The Fed has been at the center of every major economic event for the last century.
It really has. During the 1970s stagflation, that's when you have high inflation and low growth, the Fed chair, Paul Volcker, did something incredibly painful. He raised rates to historic, astronomical levels to break the back of inflation. It worked and the dollar strengthened, but it also caused a massive, painful recession.
He hit the brakes so hard he threw everyone through the windshield.
That's one way to put it. Then fast forward to the 2008 global financial crisis, the Fed did the exact opposite.
They floored the accelerator.
Exactly. They dropped rates almost to zero and turned on that QE money faucet to inject trillions in liquidity to stop the entire system from collapsing. And they did the exact same thing again in 2020 in response to the pandemic.
So there's a clear pattern. In every major crisis, the Fed's decisions don't just affect the U.S., they send shockwaves across the entire planet. The dollar as a financial life vest. But here's something I find fascinating, a real paradox. You said in 2008 and 2020, the Fed was pumping trillions into the system, which should weaken the dollar. But in both cases, after a brief dip, the dollar, it got stronger. Why?